the pod again. I can't wait to get on the pod again. Holy shit, I figured it out.
What?
Steve is Steve is mad because I've already sworn.
Yeah, we're going to get it pushed down the algorithm on YouTube.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it this time.
All right.
No, I won't.
No, you won't.
Hey, Tony.
What?
Could you bleep that for me?
Confirmed.
Thanks, Tony. We're starting off strong this episode. Here we go. You might be right, Steve. This might be our best episode in a while, even though I feel like ass.
That's usually how it goes. Who are you?
No, okay, hold on. I've solved it, Steve. We've solved it together. I've been wondering what to nickname the ship, because the ship is named like an Ibanez guitar. It's all letters and numbers, this long string of things or whatever.
Right.
What are we doing right now?
We're podcasting.
What are we inside right now?
A pod.
A pod! It's the pod! The ship is the pod!
I hate it. It's perfect.
We did. I was going to run a contest to have people help name the dang thing.
We were going to do a giveaway.
I know. Too bad.
Too bad, suckers. Ryan just took the prize. He's like, that prize is mine now.
Oh man, I'm keeping it. You guys don't get to take credit for that one. Boy, do I feel stupid. I should have gone into all of this knowing what it was called. Knowing what I would nickname this ship. Are you kidding me? It's like the last thing on my list of things to do.
Rookie move.
Oh, yeah. Well, welcome to the 60 Cycle Podcast, the guitar buying, selling, trading, fixing, modding, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast. And I'm Ryan.
How dare you? I'm Steve.
Now, it's not usually how we start the show, but who cares, right? Let's do whatever we want today.
First ad was, do we really want to do whatever we want? Because we can skip straight to the topic then.
You want to do it? Let's go crazy.
Yeah,
let's go crazy.
Just
this is the episode where we do whatever we
just
want.
Do it.
So, anyways, Rick Beato and his whole gang.
So hold on.
Let's give them a name. The Lesson Bros.
It started with a channel called Professor of Rock, and then I don't know who came next. If it was Rick who came next or Justin Hawkins. You know Justin Hawkins?
No jokes, guys. Yes, not personally,
but like, you know, who, like from the darkness, he believes in a thing called love.
Yes.
And apparently, in the process of believing in a thing called love, he gets copyright stricken by record labels or something. I don't know.
Sure. Because he's trying to teach people how to play songs.
Yeah, and then a couple other channels have talked about,
or he's talking about songs.
I think for the most part, you know, Professor of Rock, Rick Beato, Justin Hawkins, they tend to do like
commentary,
music history,
song and Terry,
it's music history. Yeah, song history, song and Terry,
song and Terry,
song and Terry,
not and song and Terry, like commentary.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just being dumb.
I'm the one being dumb.
So Ryan and I have been brainstorming this, like what
thunderclouds.
What is the angle? What is the like, do we have an opinion on this? Will this ever affect 60 Cycle Hum?
How are we going to talk about this without saying the same exact thing that all these people have said this time, and the time they did this a couple of years ago, and the time they did that a couple of years before that, and the time before that, and the time before that, and they're just going to keep bringing it up every couple of years, and nothing's ever going to change.
So the thing is in these videos, oftentimes the solution presented is for YouTube to...
We haven't even presented the problem yet.
So the problem is that Rick, Professor of Rock, Justin Hawkins, a bunch of other channels that do lessons, probably like Marty Schwartz probably gets hit by it.
Oh, sure.
You know, I don't know.
The lesson boys.
Lots of channels get hit by this thing where they're like, I'm going to teach you this lick from this song, or let's talk about this song that was influential or whatever.
The theologians.
And they all get hit with either a copyright strike. Well, there's two levels. There's like a monetary share. I forget what that's called. So there's that, and then there's a full like copyright like takedown.
Yeah.
So I think a strike is like you share revenue. It doesn't matter. The terms don't matter. The point is that there's a level where
there are no points.
There's a level where you share revenue, a split revenue. There's a level where you give all of your revenue to the copyright claimer.
Right.
And then there's a level where you have to take your video down.
All of this cuts into the piece of the pie that they're eating off of.
And feel like the solutions I've usually seen are, well, they just need to stop that. Or they are YouTube needs to protect its creators better. When I was thinking about this, my original clickbait title for this was YouTube hates its creators.
God.
Like, because it's kind of like,
I hate that so much.
Does YouTube actually care?
I know it would work. They don't care as long as it gets clicks.
YouTube is a god in a deist universe, right? It created this thing and it's let it loose and it doesn't really
hands off.
It's hands off now. But
every now and then it extends a pinky to smite, and then you have to file some paperwork to de-smite.
Yeah. And I do think there's a lot of issues with YouTube on that, and it's easy to kind of analyze whether or not that's possible when there's millions of channels, possibly, lots of channels who are potentially abusing
or
copyright would abuse if they could get away with it.
The moment there's an opportunity to abuse on YouTube, it's taken.
Yeah.
By hordes of people. So if there's an opportunity to misuse something that would be a very useful avenue to true educators, that's the reason why the true educators aren't able to do it, is because the literal hordes of people who would abuse it and get away with it, they're the real problem.
Right. So here is potentially the yes and solution, because personally, I believe, yes, YouTube probably could do a little bit more to help some of these channels out, but there's also an and, because that's a thing that would maybe bring the playing field back to zero, but there's potentially something better. Ryan.
Yes.
What do you think would be a better solution?
Well, Steve and I figured this out together. We held hands and we figured this out in the other room.
And the other room at a Coldplay concert.
At the Coldplay concert. Way to work that in, Steve. We realized the solution is the demo solution. It's the sponsorship solution. These organizations, these music companies, these labels, etc., investors, whoever owns these IPs, these recordings, whether they be full movies, TV shows, etc., they should be paying for the exposure. They should look at the lesson channels and be going, what song do I want all of the world's guitarists to learn this week? What song will they go listen to over and over again if they've learned a couple riffs from it? I'm going to sponsor Rhett Scholl to show how to play the riffs in this week's chart-topping pop song.
Right.
That is the solution. Capitalism, baby. Advertising. Fix it with advertising.
I think there is like a little bit of a danger here. And so this is going to come down to, and for what it's worth, like this is going to come down to no one else gets to do it. There's like they file the paperwork to give them the express permission to do this thing. So there's got to be some like savvy to it. Because as soon as it's, what makes this song great, and Rick Beato is reviewing Justin Bieber's Baby, he's lighting his own credibility on fire. But,
who needs credibility when you got money, baby?
But I think there are massive catalogs that like most people would agree, like these are like,
oh man, watch this happen.
If
watch this happen and you find out how quick Rick loves money more than pop music.
Who knows?
But he could still criticize. It could still be his bit to criticize a thing like, oh, maybe they should have used a B8th chord here. I know there's no 8th chords.
I was like, why did you say that? Absolute nonsense.
I did that on Circle Jerk a few weeks ago. It caught the attention. It was intentional.
Sure.
Someone's going to be like, oh, well, actually, there are 8th chords.
That's the technical name for an octave, Ryan.
No, but you could still have the freedom. They don't care as long as people are going to check out the song. You know that anytime Rick Beato or anyone else trashes on some pop song on YouTube, everyone goes and listens to the full song so they can see what's up. Just put some money behind it.
I want to know how many
control the conversation.
I want to know how many of the monthly listens for whatever that AI band was. That
right?
Was it like Velvet,
dude?
Velvet, whatever.
You definitely listened.
I listened to 2 songs. They both sucked.
You never would have listened.
I never would have listened, but I really wanted to know how bad they were. They were awful. Just terrible.
And if this opportunity ever arises, you're going to find out maybe it's not the demo channels that are the real shills. we're at least going like, hey guys, I do a demo. Here's my demo. You know that I do demos from a living, right? Meanwhile, you're going to have lesson people who are like, man, I woke up this morning and I thought, yeah, I think I'm going to show everyone how to play the new Kesha song. Like, that's Joyride. Joyride is a bonkers song, by the way. Have you listened to that song?
Dude, I listened to that whole album.
Dude, it's fun. It's fun to play guitar along to because it's just C the whole time. It's a drone, but you can just like...
Oh, that's like Butthole Surfer's Pepper.
It's exactly like Pepper, except it's in C, not in G. Or it might be in E.
Oh, I
think it goes back in between G major and E minor.
Does Pepper have 2 chords?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know. But this is why both those songs live in that bonkers territory, but happen to be just resting on the same chord the whole time.
This is why we don't do songumentries.
Hey, you know what we just did right here? We just laid down some really cool, like, song commentary, and we didn't get demonetized or flagged at all because everyone knew what we were talking about, or they can go listen on their own. But we still talked about it. You can do that, you know?
Yeah.
You don't actually have to play the recording. You don't actually have to do the thing that's actually getting you in trouble.
So, to this, the idea of like record labels reaching out, and this is pure serendipity.
Sure.
I follow an Instagram account that, you know, maybe a couple people have heard of, called John Boy. And John Boy Media. You probably
rewinding
have.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, old timers. I know I reinvented the concept of payola. It's fine. Relax. Go ahead.
So this John Boy Media is a company that's basically, I think it started with a guy who was pretty good at lip reading. And so he would watch, like, you know, if you ever see like,
is it like bad lip readings?
It's not bad lip readings.
Oh.
He's actually really good at it. And it's good lip readings.
Okay, all right.
So what he would do is, like, in baseball, one of the things is when, like, there's a bad call, so the coach comes out and he yells at the umpire.
Right.
And so he would do the lip reading for both the coach and the umpire, and it looks pretty accurate. And he would do these commentaries, and it got pretty big. And now it's like they're like a multi-million-dollar company.
Oh, okay.
And it just kind of started as this thing, and they do a lot of different media things, and a lot of that was facilitated by. Basically, a lot of it was with baseball. They're big baseball fans. They do other sports, but really big into baseball. And a lot of that was facilitated by a policy change about, I think it was like a decade ago. I saw this video this morning, so it just was weird timing, where Major League Baseball said, you know what, we're going to let commentary channels like do their thing. We're not going to like, because it used to be like, you can't use any of this without express permission, right?
Right.
And they kind of like opened up and started embracing these independent social media creators to do this stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how their direct sponsorship is, but when they had the celebrity softball game at the All-Star game like a couple of weeks ago, one of the guys from John Boy got to play in that. He's kind of just an internet, like super niche celebrity, but it's the equivalent of like if there was a guitar tube, gear tube, softball game and we got invited, like,
right,
we're, you know, but you know, it was us and then our coach was Tom Morello. It's like that kind of a thing, you know? So the whole point being is that by embracing the commentary and embracing that there is this like almost DIY independent industry below your mega industry.
It's basically like when a band goes, you know what? We're going to allow bootleggers.
Yeah.
Like put your tape recorder on the stage.
I mean, you know, as much as like the running joke with us, with some other gear tubers probably is like, you know, we're down here and Rick Beato is up here. Like compared to the record industry, Rick Beato is a peasant. Like he is a peasant compared to the record industry, right? Like there's levels of all these things, but a benevolent king at Warner Brothers Music would be like, oh yes, Rick, like I will let you plant an extra crop this year and make a little bit more money.
I have shown favor on my subjects.
And then everyone would be like, wow, maybe the record industry like isn't like they're like 1% less asshole than they usually are. And I think that would be a really good thing.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we live underneath this medieval system here. But you know what? They throw pretty good parties.
I'm just saying.
We're not allowed to hunt in the King's Forest or whatever. But you know what? Like a couple times a year, they throw a big royal wedding or whatever, and we all get to taste the suckling pig, and it's a pretty good It's a pretty good time over there.
You can't. What it is it's like you can't hunt in the forest, but if any of those animals come out, like you can do what you want. But in the current system, if those
we're way off the rails now.
In the current system, if those animals come out and you kill the animal, the king's still going to come for you.
Right.
That's messed up. Look, I'm just saying.
We've lost the script so far right now. Why are we on Robin Hood stuff all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait, okay, okay, neither of us can be Robin Hood. Neither of us are Robin Hood. What character are you in Robin Hood?
Can I be Roger Miller?
What?
He's the one with the loot, the rooster.
Oh yeah. Oh man, no, you cannot. No, you are not qualified.
I know
to croon that.
Who
deeply.
is? Nobody is.
Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. I'm Friar Tuck. On my good days, I'm Friar Tuck. On my bad days, I'm the sheriff.
I'm not Maid Marian, but I am whatever female character Robin Hood takes to the Coldplay concert. That one was a little forced. I admit that one. That's not my best.
It's Brunhilde, the Maid Marian's nursemaid or whatever. Whatever her profession. Why are we doing this?
Who are the other characters?
What are we doing right now?
Am I Little John?
Are we having the space crazies right now? Probably. Is this a Star Trek episode where we slipped into a medieval fantasy brought on by an alien force? I
feel like we're on the sun side of the planet right now. Are we on the? Because
it could be solar flares.
It's kind of warm in here.
It is a little steamy in here.
Well, anyway,
you think we should check the water filters?
I'm not saying.
Or should we start with the air filters? Tony?
What now, Ryan?
How's our oxygen levels?
Analyzing.
Just gotta check.
Adequate.
Says it's normal. We'll look into it later.
All right. I think we solved this. World peace achieved. YouTube peace achieved. Ryan.
You know what? Rick, Rhett, everyone else, you can never complain again because we found the ultimate solution. Now take it to Congress. Take that to Congress. Drag it out there. Say, I know you're dealing with all this other stuff, but I got something more important for you. Us guitar lesson YouTubers are having a real hard time, and we want you to make it easier for us to make money.
Look,
so that we can get paid directly by the studios who have been holding us down. We could help them with sweet, sweet, sweet advertising. Make it happen somehow, Congress.
Right now, I think there should be 2 congressional priorities. 1, release the Epstein list. 2, hashtag free Rick Beato. This episode is brought to you by Chase Bliss. If you want pedals more creative than you are
and
to make sounds that are better than this podcast,
absolutely,
you need a Chase Bliss pedal. I can't recommend you one. There's a bunch of them. I've heard rumors that
don't wait to chase your bliss.
Brothers 2.0 is like another batch could be coming. But if you want, I already have one.
I've got one too.
But if you want one, you need to head on over to chasebliss.com, get on their mailing list so you know when new products will hit the market. Ryan, this episode is also brought to you by Stringjoy.
Hell yeah.
They're still doing their Summer of Strings or whatever they're calling it thing.
Yeah,
and this month, it is a Martin D41 acoustic that they're giving away. All you have to do is go over to stringjoy.com. And
what year is it from?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said.
No, the
Oh,
model.
the model number.
The model is D41.
Okay, I thought you said 1941. I was like, what are you saying right now? Is Kurt Russell going to grab this thing and smash it?
Let's see if it says. It just says it's an absolutely gorgeous Martin D41. It looks
good enough.
It looks used, but I do not know. It does not say how old it is, so I can't tell you, buddy. All you got to do is head on over to stringjoy.com, buy a pack of strings to get an entry, or there is a free entry method outlined on their site for you to check out. Ryan.
Yes, Steve.
After a 2-week absence, you know who's back in our life?
Who's back, Steve?
I mean, they really never left because I did sell a pedal.
And we actually did publish some free advertising for them.
Yeah.
As a YouTube short.
Is reverb.com.
Welcome back, Reverb.
I'm going to use this opportunity to Reverb is the place to go to sell your used gear or buy used gear or buy new gear. Like there's lots of options.
It's a place to go to figure out what used gear is worth.
Yeah.
It is the Blue Book. It is pretty much at this point the official Blue Book of used gear guitar values. So you want to know what you're going to sell something for on Craigslist, on OfferUp, you go to Reverb anyways.
Yeah.
Might as well list it there too, right?
And on that topic, this past week's episode of Chasing Tone, they interviewed Cyril Nig, who's the like data and analytics guy from Reverb. It was a pretty good listen. If you like haven't listened to Chasing Tone in a while, or you've never listened to Chasing Tone before, you should go check it out. I'm not going to put a link. Just use the search function, Chasing Tone.
Yeah.
It's a guitar podcast.
You know how to find it. Come on. Don't be coy. We know you can find it. All right.
Ryan.
Yeah, Steve.
This first ad was sent by Joey Scar. This is a 1961 Danelectro Silvertone prototype Silverburst vintage guitar, one of one. They want $8,100.
Mm-hmm. It is super duper rare, Steve.
Up for sale circa 1961 Danelectro prototype one-off finished in Silverburst. According to Doug Tulloch, author of Neptune Bound, the Ultimate Danelectro Guitar Guide, and noted guru of all things Danelectro, this certified oddball guitar was employee-designed one-of-one prototype, never intended for full production. Tracing the history and provenance of this prototype, a previous owner purchased this guitar.
The word
directly
provenance
from the daughter of George Wooster, the factory foreman at Danelectro in the 1960s. Let's see. Given the budget, utilitarian nature of the Danelectro brand, and very few prototypes have ever surfaced, let alone examples as outlandish as this one-off, featuring the same Silverburst gloss used throughout the Sears Silvertone line.
I feel like we can talk about it now. We don't need to read the rest of it.
My brain hurts and I can't read anymore.
All right, we don't need to we got enough information there. What I want to know is apparently this is a one-off.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioned by the daughter of the owner. I have a question. How old was the daughter? I know that sounds creepy, but I want to know, was it like a child, like a 7-year-old who's like, Daddy, I drew you a guitar? Because that would be a great story.
I don't think anything that you said is true.
But it said in the thing that it was...
It said that it was purchased from the daughter of the factory foreman.
Oh, I completely misunderstood.
So this could
that would have been a fun story,
this
right?
This could have been designed by, one of their designers, and then the factory foreman made it, and then they took it to the meeting, and they were like, and then he died, and his daughter just ended up with it.
Well, maybe she had it because he did design it based on her drawing. Because it kind of looks like, Daddy, I drew you a guitar, which is amazing that this exists. If that headcanon that I just came up with, it's an incredible amount of headcanon. Like it goes so many layers deep on this, but I believe it to be true.
I'm so amused by the inclusion of a 3-way switch on a one pickup guitar.
I know. What is it doing? Maybe a filter circuit or something?
It says it's for easy transition between lead and rhythm tones, acting as a tone knob bypass in 2 positions.
Oh, so it lifts the tone pop.
Yeah.
Basically. All right, no, I'm down for that. That's clever.
No, it's neat. It's just like I feel like you don't see, that's a very, we had that a while ago, that Telecaster that has was it like 2 outputs so you could, or 3 outputs so you could record 3 tracks at once?
Right.
Kind of a thing. Like this makes me think of that, where there were these utilitarian things that were put in.
But also
nowadays it would just be like, get a boost pedal, dummy.
But also, a lipstick, even in the middle position, is just going to be a jangle machine. So it's never going to be, quite the searing lead machine anyway. So that's a good position for it. So you leave it in the jangle position with that tone knob bypassed, and then you got that tone rolled back for a dark jazzy sort of tone when you want it. You just got to switch to do it. Also, like the Silverburst, it feels a bit more Antigua than Silverburst to me. Maybe it's more Silverburst in person. So funky. This is the funkiest Danelectro I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. They should reissue this. Also, it's solid body. From that, solid body Danelectro with a funky shape, cool controls, and a Silverburst. This thing needs a proper reissue. This thing is wild.
Bring it back, Danelectro. Stop making 59s and 56s and bring back the 61.
Don't jerking us around. What? Hey, Danelectro, why are you wasting everybody's time?
Yeah.
Reissue this. Look how aggressive we got.
Do it.
What's the deal, Danelectro? Why are you making us all wait for this? Come on.
It's really cool. And I do think, like, I feel like Danelectro,
no one would buy this.
Like so they want, here's the thing, right? They want $8,100, and I wanted to revisit this. This does have a problem of being a one of one. And even though there is provenance, like, who is this for? Like, this is on Reverb, which
it is for the ultimate Danelectro collector.
How many of those are there? Like 3?
There are 17. They don't all make it to meetings, but most of them do.
Right. So this almost like starts to fit into the category of, especially because there's no famous players with it.
There could be. There's only one of them.
Right. It starts
if
to
this
fall
had
into
Gibson on the headstock, this would be priceless.
Would it?
Yeah.
A prototype,
a
prototype of a model that never. If they actually dug up, like, oh, actually, the Theodore.
Dude, they made the Theodore off of a sketch. It was in a drawer.
Right. But I'm saying, if they found an actual, they're like, oh wow, there actually was one Theodore built. You think that thing would be worth like $1 million?
Yeah.
Ted.
Not a million, but like 250.
250 million?
250K.
All right. I mean, sure. Why not? Hand carved by Ted McCarty himself?
Or at least 250,000 pennies.
That's only 200.
It would be more than this.
Is that $250?
Because this is just normal Gibson prices at $8,000. Like, you want to get a fancy top from a PRS? There's $8,000 right there.
Why can't
this is a one-off. A funky shape with a completely... This must be like prototype construction. I wonder if there's Danelectro prototypes out there that were just solid wood, because they were like, let's test the body shape.
Right.
And then we'll move to the sandwiched hollow MDF.
We'll reso glass it later.
Right. Well, they didn't reso glass, but, they formica'd it.
Right.
Which sounds like a pretty intense process, but it's not. It's just...
I just think, like, at 4,000.
At 4,000, I don't know. Here, I don't know what the actual value of this is. I'm glad it's on the market. Whoever put it on the market is going to find out what the actual value is, because they're going to get plenty of offers, and they're going to find out where the fandom lays. I don't know. I don't have any problem with them listing whatever price they want.
Sure.
It's a one-off, and it's actually in really great condition. The photos are excellent. It's only $350 shipping.
This is so there is another prototype on Reverb of a 1377. I've not ever seen this movie, but it's basically like a Harmony H44 with some funky pickups.
Yeah, with the dolphin head.
This one
it's a bottle. The Coke bottle headstock
is $3,700. There's a vintage 1956 U2 for $3,300. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like 8,100 is too high. I'm thinking like $4,000 to $5,000.
All right, you're probably in the realm of possibility there. I'm just saying.
More than double of the next most expensive thing?
But if they had confirmation on my headcanon, then there's a story and there's your value. The daughter drew it. That's a fun story. And that's worth an extra $4,000 in my opinion. Put it on the fridge, I say.
The daughter of a guy that nobody knows.
Right.
Drew it.
Ryan made up a story in his head, and now it's worth so much more. What were we going to do next? Did you want to do housekeeping or what's new?
I think we have to do dude, I'm going to have oh boy. This thanks to our Patrons, everyone who supports us over on Patreon. We just found cuz you don't think about these things. It makes sense for how the show runs and everything. We just hit the 10-year mark on the inner circle existing on our Facebook group for
Happy anniversary.
$10 and higher folks. And that was like, dang, dude, like people have been supporting this show for a really long time. Thanks to everyone who supports it in any way, whether it's financially through Patreon or, just by watching videos and liking and leaving comments and maybe occasionally sharing with people, or I don't know. But for our Patreons, this week, we got a few new people at the $1 level. We've got Silva Morphus, David Cummins, Tommy Transplant, Kurt Andrews, and Andrew Allen. They're all going to get their name on the scroll at the end. At the $5 level, we've got Paul Ramsey, going to get a sticker pack.
Paul Ramsey, he's the best.
Yeah. And at the $10 level, we've got Searching for Tone. Searching for Tone's a YouTuber as well. He makes videos.
When tubers support tubers, tubes happen.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for supporting this. My notes are all going to be wacky. That's fine. This next ad was sent by Michael Krause. This is for a Harmonic
Mike Krause is
Isolator.
back in the saddle.
New Complexity Harmonic Isolator guitar, rare. A lot of rare ones.
Yeah.
This week, $1,800.
Most people like that. They want a little pink in the middle,
Up for sale is a new Complexity Harmonic Isolator guitar. This is a pretty rare instrument that rewards experimentation and exploration. A previous owner refretted it, so it is in the normal Western scale up to the 12th fret, and then microtonal above that. The refret was fantastic and well done. A few scratches here and there, no significant damage. Super fun to play. Comes with hard showcase, something. This looks like a machine gun guitar that somebody...
You don't even have a way to finish that. Good
Well,
luck.
because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, machine gun guitar.
Nope.
And then I saw that it basically has two necks. And one of those necks is fretless and behind the body.
Yeah. And the other neck is short. And it goes microtonal past the 12th. So, okay. You're imagining a two-neck guitar right now, all the audio listeners. God bless you, all the audio listeners. You're still out there listening to podcasts. It's amazing. I listened to podcasts recently. I was like, I haven't done this in too long.
There's a lot of them.
It's one guitar. I mean, it's one string shared between two necks.
Yeah. So
6 strings.
Okay.
2 necks. It's double neck. There's 6 strings. You understand what I'm saying? Go look at the pictures that Steve put on the Imager link in the description. Steve, you don't need to grab stuff. People on the YouTube side understand what we're talking about here. So
here's
a fun thing that
hold on, let me just try this for the audio people.
Okay.
One last time.
I won't interrupt anymore, Steve. Please feel free to speak now freely. I will not interrupt even one more time.
Okay. Imagine.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Imagine a headless guitar and the part on the body where the tuners are. Mm-hmm. Imagine instead of the tuners being on the body, the tuners are like another 18 inches away. So it's just continuing out, continuing out. That's what this is. You've imagined it.
Whoa, there it is.
And that part of it doesn't have frets.
Yeah, they didn't even mention if it's playable as a fretless. It might not be because it might fret out on those pickups.
Oh, I assumed that's why it was like that. Why else would it be
It
like
might
that?
just be for drones. Because a fun thing that people like to do is they like to put pickups behind Jazzmaster and Jaguar bridges.
The bridge, I didn't realize the bridge was in between the pickups.
Yeah, there's a tune-o-matic right in between, right in the middle. So the whole thing's cut in half. It's 2 guitars.
All right, Ryan.
2 guitars.
We just did the
One string.
We just did the Patreon spot. Can we buy this?
Oh my gosh, shut up. It does look fun though. Not fun as like, oh man, I'm going to sit down and strum Wonderwall or learn to play this riff or whatever. Fun in like stack yourself into a bunch of delays and fuzzes and reverse modulations and sideways, it calls it or whatever, and like lay down a beat and just start droning and experimenting.
And play Wonderwall.
And then play Wonderwall over it. But like this thing is probably a, get high in the basement and jam for 6 hours machine.
Right.
The neighbors will not understand, but you're having the time of your life trying to do anything with this thing and somehow succeeding. I totally believe that weird, fun, exciting sounds come out of this nonsense. For $1,800 though,
it's a pass. You're calling it a pass.
I don't know. I feel that at that point I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll try to make my own.
Do you think this is one of one?
That's a good question. Because it looks clean.
Because if it's one of one, then maybe it's worth even more. Maybe they're not charging enough.
Well, they did have it refretted. I think they worked with a luthier to make this happen as a one of one. I'm wondering where because there's some sort of marking on the fretless fretboard, on the board. What do you call it when there's no frets on the fretboard? Is it still a fretboard? Is it just? It's not the soundboard because that's the resonant part of an acoustic guitar. What is it called if there's no frets? What's it called on a violin?
I don't know. Fretless?
A fretless violin. They don't call it a fretless violin. They just call it a violin.
Yeah.
But what's it called? The fingerboard.
Fingerboard.
There we go.
Oh, that's the word you're looking for.
Oh my gosh, I thought I was having a stroke. So not to be insensitive to everyone out there who's had strokes. I know what I just went through isn't the same as what you went through. I'm glad you're getting better. That was a weird way to readdress that. I hope no one has a stroke. I hope everyone that had a stroke is doing all right. I hope you're doing all right. We're rooting for you.
So New Complexity is the name of the brand, and they haven't posted on Instagram since 2022, but they were at one point featured in Premier Guitar.
Really?
And they do a lot of this, like you said, it's really a drone. Oh my gosh, why didn't the things that I'm not realizing as I look at this. This is that behind your head, the Jaguar.
Right. If there was a pickup.
Jaguar, if there was a pickup.
That's what I was trying to get
very
to.
long.
I was trying to get to that. People I think
yeah.
you interrupted me twice when I tried to get to that point. People like to put pickups. Like Mike Adams has one, Pusheen.
Yeah.
He has a Jazzmaster, I think. That it might be a Jaguar that has a lipstick pickup behind the bridge. But the thing about that is that the string length is different behind the bridge on that because it's way short. So you kind of just get lucky, like sometimes with your string gauge or how it's styled in or whatever. It's like, okay, here's some really useful drones I can use. If that bridge is perfectly in the middle, the drone behind the string you're playing on the fret will likely ring out at the same note as your open tuning. So you can bet on your low E, you can bet on a low E drone that you can stack stuff on top of.
Yeah, it's really interesting. There are 3.
I think there's some strong musical potential there.
There are 3 outputs on here, so it definitely is designed to split the drones from the main guitar.
Totally. I wonder if there's a piezo. They would have mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know because it's like
there's 3 outputs.
It's a pretty rare instrument.
They've got a square ceiling light. Also, that's why it has only one set of tuners, because it splits the string exactly in the middle, accounting for intonation, because the bridge is intonated for the fretting side. And then you mix in the microtonal stuff. Like, this is a weird bird. It's inspiring. I would love to play it. I'm not going to drop $1,800 on something this wacky.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool to think about. It's fine to look at, but to think about it, that's where the fun is. So, hope you enjoy thinking about this guitar this week, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Michael Krause.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you want to do what's new?
Yeah. Do you have anything new?
Yeah. So my kids started doing bass.
Just knock it back to you.
My kids started doing bass lessons at Guitar Center.
Really?
So
You didn't want to see if you could get that sponsored first?
Oh.
No, it's definitely you're doing.
Does
the
anyone
dad
at
thing.
Guitar Center listen to this show?
We have a contact with
We
them.
do have a contact. Oh, maybe
Yeah, go search the
too
email.
But I mean, she's only done one. I was
Okay.
like, how did it go? She's like, it's fine. I was like, okay, cool.
She sounds ecstatic.
Yeah, and so, but it was fun for me is because I took her, and I don't know if I'm always going to take her every week, but it meant like I basically had like half an hour of uninterrupted playing guitars time. Like I don't have all my pedals and stuff, but it was kind of nice to just be like, I'm going to go check out some bass amps, like the Fender Rumble 25, which I've thought about getting for her.
Mm-hmm.
That thing's hella loud for a 25-watt bass amp. Like I thought it was not gonna be. I was running it at like 30%.
You don't have a bass amp that you can borrow.
Do you?
Yeah, the bass katana for bass.
Maybe I should just take that. I don't think I have enough room in my car tonight for that.
All right, pick it up some other time.
But
Steve drives to space.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm right. I meant my car out on the landing pad.
Right. That's why I made that joke, because it's so absurd.
And then
Just leave it down at the takeoff pad,
Yeah,
Steve. You could pick it. There's lockers. You could pick it up later.
I also played a Silver Sky, like the nastiest Silver Sky SE.
Yeah,
So I wanted to
gross.
revisit it with all of this PRS NF53 hype. How was going to happen?
What color was it?
Blue, maybe? Was it blue?
Maybe blue.
But
Maybe blue is my
the
favorite
thing is
shade of blue.
I hadn't really. I guess my the back of my Telecaster neck is this way because it's like sanded raw down to raw wood. I forget how gross satin necks get if you don't like keep them clean. Guitar Center satin neck, like I might have like 19 diseases now. This thing
Okay.
was so gross.
Before you said 19 diseases, I was already there with you.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar Center's been trying to, talk up their game, saying that they're going to try to push things towards a higher end experience. Everyone's got a Plek machine now, but only Guitar Center will have a desanitization chamber.
Oh my gosh.
You put it in there, they close it. Like you asked them, like, could you desanitize that for me before I try it out? Thank you. You're spending a lot of time with the sales associate. They love this part of their job. So they take it off the wall for you. They're wearing gloves, of course. They put it in the chamber. They do the whole thing. They clamp it closed, and then they throw on the pump, and everyone can hear it. They're like, oh, they're sanitizing. And then the shades come down and you see little cracks of UV light coming out the sides and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they just completely nuke anything that could be gross on there. And then you get to try it.
Here's my
The premium experience at Guitar
here's
Center.
maybe a question I have off of that. All of the guitars on there on the wall, of course, they still have the plastic on the pickguard.
Of course.
But at what point when the plastic is starting to peel on the pickguard on a guitar that's hanging on the wall, do you think the store should just be like,
Yeah.
we're taking
Just
the
take it
plastic?
off. Just take it off.
So literally on this, this is how I kind of judged how long this guitar's been on the wall. The plastic on the pickguard had peeled almost all the way back to where the pickups are.
Right.
Like literally, like probably half of the plastic had already rolled back off of it. And it's just like, are they not selling Silver Skies anymore? Or do people come in and they play it and then they're like, hey, I'm kind of interested in this, but this one's really gross. Do they go grab a new one in the back and be like, try this one first and you can take the new one? Like what? I don't understand what's going on here.
I have a weird theory.
What's your theory?
This is like an old school holdover from like the traveling brand rep days where they come into a store and they're looking around your inventory and they're trying to figure out what's moving and what's not.
Right.
And they're like, oh, I see that you're not selling many of those strats there. The protector's just peeling off the edges, isn't it? They've been sitting there for a couple quarters, haven't they? Let me get something new on your shelves. You throw those on the discount rack. Let's get you something new that'll move. Like it feels like a weird kind of like, why is it there? I know it's technically to protect the pick guard, but that's the pick guard. If it was truly about protection, that film would be on the rest of the guitar as well. So what's it really for? It feels like a sell-by date thing.
I think that plastic is actually there because, or that film is there because the plastics might
off-gassing and stuff like that,
and get like plastic.
Steve, don't ruin
UV damage and whatever.
My fantasy with facts.
So the other thing is I played some bass. I played that guitar, and then I played a Fender Player 2. I think a Player 2 Strat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in playing that, I got to compare the Silver Sky SE to the Player 2 Strat, and the Player 2 Strat is more expensive, I believe. So I will like give a little bit of caveat there, but like it was interesting to hear the differences. And like, I like the Strat more than the Silver Sky SE, the Player 2. I liked it more. Again, it's like $200 more, I think, as well. But I was surprised how different they sound.
Yeah.
Like the Silver Sky actually in that context doesn't really sound like a Strat. Like it sounds like a very warm Strat. It doesn't have like
it does have its own unique pickups.
It didn't have like the spank of like a Fender. Now, of course, it could be because the Strat that I played had a rosewood board and the Silver Sky had a maple board. Like, is that a thing?
I might have missed it. Was it an SE?
It's an SE.
Okay. It still have great pickups.
Yeah, but so I'm not saying it sounded bad. I'm just saying
different.
I didn't realize how much it didn't quite really sound like a Fender Stratocaster.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
So that's my what's new.
Maybe they're not Strats after all.
I like this, that, you know, basically once a week, I have an excuse to go into Guitar Center and pull a guitar.
That's
off the
actually
wall and
kind of sweet. Kind of hope my kids want to take up music lessons.
I'm basically paying like $35 a week to go play guitar for half an hour. And my kid gets a lesson.
That's going to turn in. You got to start vlogging from Guitar Center now. Now you can write it off.
Mean, that's the next question is if I show up with a tripod and like just TikTok live stream from the bass room at Guitar Center.
Just ask them permission. I'm sure they'll be cool with it. Just go play Forbidden Riffs and film yourself, you know?
I'm not doing the freaking
music. Do bits.
That's the music is win bit.
I know. He doesn't own it. There's no copyright.
I'm not going to go butcher.
Dude, people steal our bits.
Stairwell, whatever.
Stairwell.
There was a band called
On the Stairwell.
Yeah. Anyway, Ryan.
To hell.
What's new with you?
Oh, I went to Mexico. I did.
And they let you come back?
I know. They let me come back. Well, I filled out the paperwork and everything. My wife and I decided that we would celebrate our 17th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
On Earth this time. And not only on Earth, but down in Mexico. We went to Puerto Vallarta and had an excellent time. And the only reason I'm telling you is that so now that I can share pictures on Facebook and people won't be like, what the heck? Why were you on Earth? You know, what's going on there? I saw lifeguards ride an alligator.
I saw those pictures. It was very strange.
But I'm just going to say we had an excellent time. Couldn't recommend it more. It was very hot and steamy though, but we tend to like to do that. It's because we got married in July. When we go on trips for our anniversaries, it tends to be hot and steamy places. I think that's going to be my pitch. Get married in the spring or fall, right in the in-between places. Not too cold, not too hot. It opens up a lot of travel possibilities.
I mean, Ryan, if you do any anniversary trip right, it's going to end up hot and steamy.
Steve is talking about sex.
Ryan. This last ad was sent by Tom Sosha.
From Tom Sosha.
It's from Tom Sosha. The Sound Urchin is a vibratory sound generator, kind of like a kalimba, but weirder. Features 1/4-inch output so you can run the Sound Urchin through your pedal board. Perfect for creating aleatoric soundscapes, off-kilter melodies, and general musical noisiness. Place a Sound Urchin on anything that vibrates to pick up the sounds and amplify them. Unlike the Sound Urchin Mini and a lot of other piezo electric devices, the Sound Urchin comes with a built-in preamplifier, blue LED power indicator, and runs on a common 9-volt power supply like the One Spot, Pig Hog, etc., and comes with a battery dongle.
Oh, dongle, you say?
Handmade in the USA. I always have a couple built and ready to ship.
I know that this is going to sound cool, and this is going to be a ton of fun because I have an acoustic version of one of these.
Oh.
Yeah, it's actually right here. Check this thing out. Had this around the pod for a long time now. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's the nickname that we have for this ship, the pod. And we are the cast. You're doing it all wrong, Steve.
Oh, show me how to do it.
Come on.
Show me how to do it.
You've got to isolate it by holding it down here. And then let's see if I can even do it right.
I trimmed my fingernails yesterday, so I can't do that.
Plucks. This microphone's not going to pick it up. It's not sensitive enough to really do it justice.
I feel like I hear it pretty good.
Yeah, you can make little, like, kalimba drony sounds, and everything is a little bit different length. You could probably actually trim them. Trimming them would be a great way to tune it, you know? But yeah, I think this thing looks fun. I thought it was neat to see the thing that's just around the pod is frankly a decoration. You can stick things in here like business cards or whatever.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like, you can throw your spaghetti on there. It's a great spaghetti holder. If you want to hold your spaghetti on the wall, you just attach it to the wall with a screw right there and just drape your spaghetti down on it, and it just holds it right there for when you're ready for it.
In an emergency, you could use it as a fork.
You could use this as a fork in an emergency, or you could use it to massage.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's a good massager. You put it on the floor and you can massage your foot on it. Listen, it's like a thneed. You might not know that you need a thneed, but once you have a thneed, there's so many needs that a thneed can succeed at.
I don't know. I know that's a Dr. Seuss reference. But.
Yes. The thneed is the thing that's made out of all the trees in the Lorax.
Right.
It's not called the Lorax, is it?
It is called the Lorax.
I mean, he speaks for the trees, but I didn't realize the whole thing was named after him.
The book is called the Lorax.
The book was called the Lorax. Okay.
Ryan.
Yes, Steve.
Adventurers Club time. This is a part where, thanks to our Patreons, we give $25 to.
You almost said $2,500.
The best ad of the week.
Here we go. What's it gonna be? We have got the rarest Danelectro.
Yeah.
That I have extensive headcanon on.
The Harmonic Isolator.
Which was really freaking cool.
And the Sound Urchin.
From Tom.
I got something in my eye.
Tom Sosha.
Tom Sosha.
I'm leaning towards the Harmonic Isolator.
I was leaning towards the Harmonic Isolator too.
All right. We're both leaning that way. So that's the direction the pod is shifting. That's where we're going. Harmonic Isolator.
All right. This song, so I did something different today. This song was sent by Matt from Ambient Trash because I asked him to send it to me. Normally,
it was a request.
Normally, songs at the end of the show are songs that listeners submit. But I know in kind of through the internet, Matt over at Ambient Trash, we've met Bell, Nisa from Nisa Bell. And this is the band that they're in. The band's called Birds with Arms.
That this song
Birds with Arms.
Birds with Arms. Steve, how likely do you think it is that this song will demonetize this entire episode?
I hope it does.
I hope it does as well. That's a service that we provide. I don't know if you knew that or not, but if your song that you send to us demonetizes the episode, we just let it happen. We don't fight it. We don't take it to Congress. We don't make videos about it. We let you earn your $7 to $15.
So
we're glad for it because we make money other ways from this show.
So Matt says, hey, Steve, thanks again for hitting us up and featuring our track. We're all fans of the channel /podcast, but our guitarist Daniel is especially stoked as a longtime listener. I always say, like, when you guys send us information, let us know about how you recorded. So, I mean, we got a lot here. It's a self-produced EP. I've been listening. The reason I did this is because I've been listening to this EP like twice a week since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy it. But on the bass, which is Bell, it's a Fender Aerodyne Jazz with Lawler PJ pickups into an electronic audio aux EAE bass driver, which is a direct preamp, and into a Science Amplification 2x15 bass cab IR. So there's a lot of this is a lot of computer recording. Their guitarist Daniel is playing a Gibson SGJ with Lawler Imperials in the bridge and a Caller 2200 trem into a Marshall 2525H, which is a little silver Jubilee head, and into IRs that I guess that Matt made of an Avatar 2x12. And for the pedals, Daniel had an all boss board minus a Digitech Digiverb, which is wild to me that people are still using Digitech Digiverbs.
Why not?
I had one of those in 2010, I think, but it's a good pedal.
Sure.
Also has a Boss BD2, a Boss FZ2, which is a blues driver, hyperfuzz, the C5 chorus, and the DSD2 digital sampler delay. So the song I asked for is a song called Real Armstrong. I like it because it's about astronauts.
Oh, it's about us.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to play the song now.
Excellent. I'm glad you picked that, Steve, and convinced them to send it.
I was just really excited.
Or you have a link to their whole deal down below?
Absolutely.
Go check it. Go click the link. Check out the whole thing. Also, I remembered a story from our trip to Mexico.
Okay.
Flying home, we were boarding the airplane so that we could fly back to the launch pad.
Mm-hmm.
And I got recognized by a passenger on the plane, not just a passenger on the plane.
Was this from Mexico to the U.S. or
Correct.
Okay.
To where the launch pad is located. They were in first class. And they were like, oh, hey. And I looked up and there was someone sitting in a leather chair in first class with their fists extended. And I was like, oh, here we go. It's adventure time. So I fist bumped.
Adventure time?
Because
that's okay. Yeah.
I fist bumped with someone sitting in first class, which is the closest I've ever gotten to sitting in first class, is to have physical contact with someone who was currently sitting there. And he was like, man, I love your channel. I bought so much stuff because of you. And in the moment, the thing that flashed in my head, the joke that my brain created was, oh, if you love me so much, you want to trade seats? And I caught a laugh from every single person sitting in first class. It was glorious. All the rich people thought I was so funny. But then I sat down, and obviously he was like, oh, no, thanks. Then I sat down, and I realized I screwed up. I screwed up big time, and I'm so sorry. To all parties involved, I should have pitched to him, hey, switch seats with my wife, then you can hang out with me, and my wife can sit in first class for 3 hours and get the hot towel and the champagne, and this guy can sit and talk to a YouTuber that he likes.
And afterwards, you guys can go to the Coldplay concert.
Yeah, totally. And we're going to the same place, so I can give him some gear or something like that. He doesn't need it. He can afford first class. But, the collectible. I'll sign a pedal or something.
That's fun.
I pitched the wrong thing. It was a joke in the moment, and I'm deeply sorry for it. I could have offered you something of value.
You could have.
And my wife could have gotten the hot towel and the champagne.
You decided to go with the selfish joke of,
I know.
But what if he said yes, and then on your anniversary trip, he goes and sits with your wife and then takes your wife to the Coldplay concert?
I was basically indecent proposaling myself.
Exactly.
No, what I would have done if I had done it correctly, I would have indecently proposed myself, but it would have been for conversation on a relatively short plane flight.
Well, next time, Ryan. Next time.
There ain't gonna be a next time.
You could go on the same vacation next time.
You think he's gonna do it at the same time? Next time,
maybe.
Next time, I'll be the guy in first class, and I'll be extending my hand out to some young YouTuber with his wife or her wife or her husband on their anniversary. And then they'll tell the joke, and I'll laugh, and then I'll take a deep breath and I'll look deep into their eyes and I'll say, you got a deal. And all of first class will gasp. They'll gasp. They've never seen such a thing. A first classer giving up their seat to sit with a lowly YouTuber and coach? It's unheard of.
What is this story?
Well, I hope you guys liked the episode. Bye.
Stay grounded.